Hi guys, so today we're going to look at the 2 week exercises that you would do following a hip replacement, basically taking you from 2 to 4 weeks. What we expect at this point is that you're still in your crutches, still using both crutches even if you feel you don't need to use them, and you're still wearing your stockings. So you've got basically 2 more weeks of stockings, 2 more weeks of crutches, and also 2 more weeks of no driving. So we ask that all of those things are in place for 4 weeks. So yeah, you should be feeling a little bit better. The first 2 weeks of exercises were mostly mobility based, but now we're moving to a little bit more strength, and we'll see how we go. So the first one we're going to do, or the first couple of ones we're going to do, are actually lying on the bed, and I'm going to have a resistance band with me. Okay, so I'm going to use that a little bit. If you don't have one, some of the exercises can be done without it, so it's not too fast on that. Alright, but nice one to start. So you're going to pop yourself up and you're going to dangle the band around your knees, and you're going to bring it up to around your knees. Okay. Lie down, and I'm going to pull my knees apart so I've got a bit of tension on the band, and then I'm literally going to lift my bottom up off the bed. Now sometimes on the side of the replacement, for now let me assume it's my right side, I would feel a little bit of a stretch into my thigh as I come up. And we're going to do, I always say for now we're going to do like 8 to 12. So you're going to see how you're feeling. We're halfway through if we're going to go to 8, so that's 4. And what I'm really working here is my buttocks. So I should feel that my buttocks is working. You can even give it a little bit of a squeeze, and you always want to lift with your buttocks and not with your back. So sometimes it's easy to overuse the lower back, in which case you can also, if you're feeling it in the lower back, you can do a little bit of a roll up. And so you can roll up and then you can like roll down, so like feel like you're rolling segment by segment down, and that your buttocks is the last thing to touch, and then I can tilt back and roll back out, and I'm keeping the tension on the band here, and then slowly back down again. Alright, so a nice one. We're going to look at doing 8 to 12 so you can assess where you're at. Alright, we'll talk about it a little bit more at the end. Alright. Okay, the next one you're going to do is you're going to straighten the knees. I don't need the band for now, so I can just leave it around my feet there. Okay, and I'm going to straighten my knees. It's a little bit of a toughy one. I'm going to dig my heels down into the bed. So I'm going to dig my heels down. I'm going to lift my bottom up off the bed. So you can just see it's lifted up there. Hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Alright, you can have your legs fully straight, but I find with that on a softer bed it's a little bit harder. So you can have it slightly bent, just helps you get that lift up. And I'm up there, holding it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. And again, lift up. Thing I get when we're doing this exercise is people say, I don't lift up very high. Honestly, I always say to them, when we're not trying to make an upside down V, that's not the shape. We're literally just lifting the bottom up off the bed. So you can put your hands in underneath you, clearing the bed, and you can really feel with that it's contracting. Okay, So we're going to try to go for 10. I've done 6. And again, if that's too hard for you, you can do a little bit less. And last one. Okay, perfect. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to take the band and I'm going to put it around my feet. So I can put to my shoes there. Okay. So from here, I want my feet are like facing up to the top. There's 12 o'clock, and I'm going to pull my legs apart. All right. And then from there, I'm going to open just my feet up. All right. So I'm just going to grab that camera and do a slightly different view so you can kind of see what my feet are doing. Okay, so this is the exercise that I was doing. So I'm going to pull my feet apart, all right? And my feet are facing up like 12 o'clock, and I'm going to literally pull them apart. And we're going to do 10 of those. Now the movement for this actually comes from the buttock and thigh area. So you should feel it on the side around the buttocks. It's 4. And again, 5. And again, 6. I always say to everyone, kind of treating hips is all about the buttocks. The stronger we are around there, the better we are, and that's what we're aiming to get. So a nice tight butt. Good. And one more. All right. Perfect. Okay, so the next set of exercises are a little bit about lower back and working around this sort of hips and pelvis area. And what I often find in patients with hip pain, it's not uncommon for them to have lower back pain, or they feel a little bit stiffer in that region. And I think it's sometimes just from walking differently or a little bit more compensated. So we're going to work on that. Again, for this exercise, I'm going to assume that my operated hip is my right hip. So that's the one that I'm going to do. But for all of these exercises, you can actually do them on both legs. There's no harm in that. And sometimes it's actually nice to feel what it feels like on the good side. All right. So it doesn't matter, you can do it on both sides. All right, I don't need the band for that, so I'm just going to put it out of the way for now. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to line my back again. All right. And I like to put my hands just like on the top of my sort of pelvic bones here. And what we're going to do, we're going to just start with a little pelvic tilt. So I'm going to like literally rock my pelvis into the back of the bed and then rock it forward. So if my hand was underneath my back, I'd be squashing my hand, and then I'd like lower off the tension so I could like pull it out. And I'm going to be rocking it back and then rocking it forward. Right. So I'm going to do that, and then I want to find the middle position. And what I can do, if I just feel on the inside of my pelvic bones, I can kind of feel that there's a muscle there, and it just sort of, as I rock back, I squash my hand, it tightens, and then as I rock forward, it loosens. And we're just going to find that middle position. And then from there, I can put my arms at my side, or I can keep on feeling that up, and I'm just going to lift my leg up, just like that. And I'm going to do 10. So I'm still going to respect that like 90-degree angle that we don't really want you to bend much more than. So it's not like I'm going to be hugging my knee into my chest. I'm not sure we are about halfway. And I can just feel that there. So what I'm using here is a little bit of like abdominal strength as well as using my hip flexor. So it's not a super tough exercise, but you can start to feel it working. Alright, we'll just do one more. And then also you can do the other exercise, the other knee. So you're going to just bring it up like that. on the good side, it often feels a lot easier, but you can also feel it working. So see how you go with that. Okay, and now what you're going to do, I'm going to keep my thumbs on my pelvic bones, and I'm going to drop my knee out to the side. Okay, and then back up, and I want to make sure my pelvis stays level and it's not like rocking over, like so both legs. So I'm literally just moving my knee out to the side. It's a totally safe movement, so you can easily do that. And often pre-op, or when you've had a painful hip, this is one of the movements that was quite limited. So e.g. difficult getting into and out of a car, moving your leg out to the side. Those are often movements that resisted, or you avoided doing, and then if you did do them, they were often what was painful. So we've often seen a limitation in this movement, but it's actually quite a nice one to start doing. All right, perfect. I'm going to film it from the top just so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so just the first one, what I was doing is I was just like literally lifting my knee off the bed, nice and easy, just like that. So I'll just do 5 so you can see what it feels like. All right. And then with the next one, what I was is I was just lying here and I'm just bringing my knee out to the side and then back up to the middle. Okay. The things that I want to watch for here is I want to keep this knee solid. So I don't want to be like moving that out. I want to keep it here and then move that out so I control the movement and it's nice and controlled. Okay, and then I can do it on the other side as well. So it's just nice and easy. Should give you a smooth movement. All right, so enjoy it, and again, no harm in doing it on both sides. Doing the lying on your back and moving the leg out to the side, we know you have the range, or you've been working on the range, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to work on a little bit of strength within that position. So again, assuming that my right hip is the operated side, I'm going to lie on my side. So I'm just going to move the pillow up to the other side of the bed so you can see me. And I'm going to just lie on my side here. Now if the exercise is difficult, I can always put a pillow between my knees over here. But from here, I'm literally going to keep my ankles together and I'm going to lift up my top leg like that, and I want to just lift it as far as I can. But the important thing here is to keep the hips stacked on top of each other. So I keep lifting as far as I can, but I don't want to get as far as like not that far and then roll back like that. So that's the important thing here. So even if all you do is lift it up just like that, that's okay. All right. And if you find coming from all the way from your knees close together, you can put a pillow between your knees. So I just use this pillow here, and I can even fold it over. It'll make it just do that for now. It doesn't fold that nicely. And then that makes the exercise also a little bit easier, and I can come up. All right. So I'm working the outer bit of my buttocks, and I'm going to aim to do sort of 10 reps of that. All right, so quite a nice one. For this one, people often ask, can they do it on the other side? You can. Normally just in this 2 to 4 week period, the operated hip doesn't like being lain on, but if you do lie on it, it's not going to cause any damage or anything like that, so you can easily do that if it feels comfortable. All right.